Stella's been sleeping in her round bed, and I guess Splash came over to her, but she's saying, "Stay away." She had her paw on his head.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals.
Right now it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just about to give the cats a treat. They're gonna have some tuna soup instead of crunchies today. And I have maybe like a half of a can of Trader Joe's tuna for cats. And I've been adding a lot of water to it, making it nice and soupy. And then I'm going to give it to them on their little crunchy plates. And then we're gonna split this 4 ways. And this is their little treat. All 4 cats are eating their tuna soup. For some reason, Boo is eating this like super fast. Boo is already done with his serving. I mean, this just goes to show us that Boo can eat really fast when he wants to. Good morning, Splash. How are you today, Splash? Good morning, Simba. Good morning, Stella. Stella jumped on the bed this morning to get some pets, right, Stella? Right, Stella? Stella hasn't been sleeping on the bed much anymore. Boo's taking it over. Yes, Boo, I'm talking about you. I'm preparing breakfast for the cats, and I'm just about to portion it out onto their plates. And Boo just walked up to Simba and just started smacking him. I'm sorry, Simba. I don't know what got into Boo or why he just started smacking you. Hi, Stella. Today, I set up a dining table for the cats. And all 4 of the cats are eating their breakfast on the same table. Basically, this is like a small square parson's table, end table kind of thing. And I just unscrewed the legs from it. And now it's a much shorter table. There are no legs on it. And I thought the cats would like it. It's very similar to eating on the same platter, but instead they each have their own plate and it's on the same table. And this would be portable, so if I wanted to bring this upstairs and feed them crunchies on it, I could put all their little crunchy plates on it. It would be great if they continued to eat together on this, because it keeps everything kind of contained in one place. It's just less cleanup. The reason why I feed them on paper plates is because it saves me time. It saves me a lot of cleanup time. And the reason why I would like them to all eat together in one location versus, in separate locations is because it saves time. The more time I can save on little things like this, the more time I have on, filming videos, editing videos, posting videos. that's how I kind of make time in my day. I squeeze it in from other areas. So the cats all enjoyed their meal, and I defrosted 5 of the scoops of homemade food, and I'm starting to think, well, maybe 5 is not enough for them. Maybe it should be 6. But they do eat their food really well. And last night they did not get crunchies. They only got some tuna soup. So I thought that was cool. I'm thinking maybe instead of getting rid of crunchies altogether, just making them in like an every other day treat, or every, 2 or 3 days kind of thing. I'd really like to put more variety into the rotation on their treats instead of just crunchies every night. I really want to put more variety in that. We'll see how this idea of a dining table progresses. I kind of like the idea because then they know, to sit at the table when they want to get fed. And if I do crunchies on this dining table upstairs, then they would also know, okay, let's gather around the table and eat our crunchies. Kind of like how they know to go on the play rug because that's where they're going to play. Boo only ate part of his food. He's going to go see what's on the other platters. He's the only one that got some crunchy bribes. I did have to give him like 5 or 6 crunchies to bribe him. And Stella is sitting here. She's waiting. She's waiting for Boo to leave so she could go and eat the rest of his food. They all got sprinkles on their food today, which is one of the Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Freeze-Dried bites that I just kind of squash up and sprinkle on top. I have not fed Hydrox yet. It is raining today. It's raining pretty hard. So I'm going to go look at the forecast and see if it's going to stop anytime soon. And I just don't want him, going outside in the cold rain and getting like wet. It's better for him to skip a meal and, sleep in the nice heated shelter than go out, get wet, and, just deal with the weather and the elements. It's 11:17 a.m. I just happened to look out the window and there's Hydrox. He's sitting in the rain. It's a light rain, but still. He's just looking around the yard. Uh-oh, does he see me? I'm not next to the window. I'm like 6 feet away from the window. But I don't know if he's just sitting there and looking at all the windows. He might be hunting. The other day he was back there hunting. So basically this is part of like the wilderness trail. All of the woodland creatures, they kind of go from where he is underneath the fence to the other yards. And basically the yard behind that fence is like more wilderness. So that's why the cats like it. There's definitely like a ready supply of, I would think there's a ready supply of mice in that other yard. I could be wrong, but that's why the cats like it. That's why the other animals like it. And Hydrox is just hanging out on a rainy day. And right now the thermometer says it's 48 degrees out, so it's not too cold. When I went outside it wasn't terribly cold, and I'm just very thankful it's 48 degrees. Because the forecast was that we might even get some snow tonight, and I definitely don't want snow. I would be so happy if we did not get any more snow this entire winter. So we have to get through January, February, and March. Then in April, I really don't care if we get snow because it usually melts right away. But if we could get through the next 3 months without any snow, oh my god, I would be so happy. Alright, Hydrox, go somewhere where you're not going to get wet. It's still raining out, but it's not that bad. And there goes Hydrox. So basically, I fed him under the table. So that was food. So I went outside and I put the bowl of food under the table for him. And then I filled up the kitty cafe with some warm water And then I also made some broth on the food side, so there's plenty of liquids to choose from. And as I was doing that, he came out of the shelter where he was sleeping. And when I came inside, he went over to eat. And then he just ran off. I don't know, maybe he had to go to make a poop or something. There he is. He's hanging out under the bushes. He's hanging out under the bushes on the other side of the yard. It is a cold, gray, and rainy day. It's the perfect day to just hang out around the house. I'm editing videos though. But here's Simba. He's hanging out in his blanket on top of the cat tower. You wanna go underneath it? Okay. Okay. You take a nap, Simba. Take a nap in your blankie. Stella's laying on her blanket in the cat bed underneath the Christmas tree. She doesn't like laying under the blanket. She likes laying on top of the blanket. And Boo has decided that he's gonna lay on Simba's blanket because Simba got up. And Simba said, "That's okay because I'll use my Daddy Boo's blanket." It's 4:09 p.m. Look at Boo. Boo sleeping on the cat tower with 2 blankets. He's sleeping on top of Simba's blanket and he's sleeping underneath his blanket. Boo loves the blankets. It's 5:36 p.m. I'm sitting here editing a video and I just looked over and this is what's going on underneath the Christmas tree. Stella's been sleeping in her round bed. And I guess Splash came over to her. But she's saying, "Stay away." She had her paw on his head. Stella says that she does not want to share her comfortable blanket with Splash. It is 6 p.m. right now and I have not even started making the raw food for the cats yet. And by the time that's done, it might be like another few hours. And one thing that I learned the last time that I made the food when I was making food for Hydrox is never make food while the cats are hungry because they get under my feet the whole time that I'm making the food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the cats an appetizer right now. I'm going to give them their nighttime snack now and then they're going to eat their meal a little bit later. And tonight they're trying this Fussie cat tuna with clams. They've never had this before and I bought this for them as a holiday treat and yeah, the days have been going by really fast. There were some unexpected things going on this holiday season, so I did not have a chance to do everything that I wanted to do for the holidays with the cats. So now we're doing things a little bit later. So they are going to try this Fussie cat and we'll see if they like it. This is what the food looks like. It looks like bits of meat in like a gelatin, like an aspic, And I think this might be the first time that the cats have ever tried clams. I don't know how many clams are in here. Boo, you can't eat out of the can. But I've never really fed them clams before. But again, it's just a holiday treat. So I'm gonna split this 4 ways and put this on their little plates. This is what the food looks like on the plate. There it is. There it is. There it is. I tried to split it up 4 ways, but I think I need to even these out a little bit more. To me, it looks like this one could use a little more, and the one on the other end has a little too much. I gave them their food on their table. They're eating in the living room today. This is a treat for them to eat, and it's a treat for them to eat in the living room. This table works out really great because now if they spill any food off of their plates, they spill it on the table. Except for what Stella just did. What does she have to go and do that for? Now I have to say that the stinkiness of this food is really high. And there goes Splash following her. So yeah, this food is really stinky. I don't know if it's the tuna or the clams or both of them, but they each have the exact same thing on each plate, so I don't know why Stella has to go eat off Splash's. Splash should come around and eat off the other one. The food is very chunky. I did leave it chunky. I did not really squash it down. I don't know how well Boo will eat it, but since it is canned food, he tends to eat canned food very fast. And I thought since it was chunky, I might slow him down a little bit. So Stella's going to eat 1.5 plates full. Like she ate half the plate that Splash was eating on, and now she's going to eat the other one. I don't know. We'll see. Simba's like done with his plate already. At least it's nice that all the cats are eating together. Boo ate all of his food also. He licked his plate clean. Simba's trying to get to every little last bit that's on the table. So this should keep them satisfied while I make their raw food. And I also have to go now feed Hydrox. It is 6:20 p.m. right now, and I just went outside to give Hydrox his food. And like all the food that I gave him for breakfast is still under the table. So I don't know why he did not eat it, which is weird. And then he walked over from the driveway, and that's why I gave him the food by the side of the garage. And again, he just ate part of it. Here he comes, he's coming back. So I don't know what's going on. But it is raining. It's still raining. It's drizzling. That's why I fed him so close to the wall, because there is like a little gutter that might make a little dry area. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's getting spooked by the rain. I'm trying something new today, and I just ground up about 2 pounds of chicken necks. What I want to do with these is freeze these in separate portions to use these as treats for the cats. Another thing I'm doing different today is I'm using the finer grinding disc. Just want to see if Boo eats it better with the finer grinding disc. I just froze 30 scoops of the ground chicken necks, and there's a little bit left in the bowl, so I decided to split it 4 ways. It's maybe like 3/4 of a scoop, and I put it out for the cats, and Stella's interested and Boo's not, and it's just kind of weird. If they don't eat it, I'll put it outside and one of the outside animals will eat it. Stella said that they would not eat it until I squashed it up and added water to it, so that is what I just did, and now Splash came over to eat some. Meanwhile, I am going to go back and finish making their food. It is 9 p.m. right now, and I just finished making the raw food for the cats. I have 3 trays full of it in the new freezer, and then I have a tray and a half in the upstairs freezer, and they'll freeze for a little while, and then I'll put them in bags. But I took 2 of the scoops out, and I mixed them with water, and I put a few crunchies on them, and the cats have been eating them. Stella's not. She's just kind of like looking. Hopefully the cats will like it. They usually don't like it when it's freshly made. They like it after it's been frozen and defrosted. And I did slightly change the recipe this time. I added some extra vitamin E. And this one has wings, thighs, and hearts, and liver, and breasts. The other thing that I did different with this food was that I used the finer grinding disc. So it's not going to be as chewy for them, but I just wanted to see if maybe Boo would eat it faster because he eats so slow. But he seems to be eating it slow also. Now, right now, this food is kind of cold because all the chicken was, in the refrigerator, and I did not have it on the counter. Usually, I defrost the food and then I wait for it to come up to room temperature. I just took the garbage out because I did not want, the chicken containers to get smelly. And Hydrox is just sitting, on that rug on the patio. Everything is, soaking wet out. It's cold, but thankfully it's not freezing. And he's just sitting there. He did not meow at me or anything. He just, watched me. And so what I did was I gave him about half of a can of the Trader Joe's tuna for cats. I added water and I added herbs. And he went over. I don't know how much he's going to eat. I don't know how much dinner he ate. I don't know if he finished the other food or someone else finished it. I don't know. But at least it's, it does not seem to be raining out. It might be very, very lightly drizzling, but I think it stopped. It's 11:30 p.m. I'm playing with the cats. I have a wand toy. Which I'm putting under this rug. And the cats are hunting it. And Boo just jumped on it, and all the other cats ran away. Now Boo wants to hunt it. When Boo plays with toys, he just wants to hold them and never let them go. Who's so silly?
Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.